What's up, boys and girls? Day 308 of backtesting. Still can't believe I'm going, but yeah, let's get going. Gonna be backtesting version model 2018, and let's see how far we can take it. It looks like the bitrate is a little bit low. Let me try refreshing this for a while. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, let's get going either way. Even though the internet looks like it's not on our side, I was just checking why the internet is going a little bit slow. So maybe it can be fixed in a matter of minutes. Okay. So yeah, let's get going. I would like to also change this background music that's in here. Don't see nothing I can play in the background while I backtest. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I was saying that we're gonna be backtesting this in version model 2018, and let's get going. So let's go to the next loading day. New game. Okay. Checking the daily well. We've just run these highs. So maybe we should just have like a continuation higher that's possible, or 4-hour market structure shift when price continues to displace lower. So what I want to see more of is this 1 hour, because the 1 hour could confirm something better, because you can see that we're in a 4-hour gap. So we have an untapped 4-hour here, which is the most probable draw, because even if we are to drop, the possible situation will be something like this. So either way, we could potentially move into this gap. So will be my first draw, or this one here as well, because it's a premium target. So it's possible that we can also move into this premium target, this high right here. So these will be the best draws, most likely this one, and then after tapping into this one, there's a possibility that we could just start dropping. So I will have to wait as well for that. I'm checking the 1 hour, 15 minutes, nothing that scary. So I think price should just start doing its thing. Okay, let's wait. Bang, right at open, we start dropping right away without that retracement that I was waiting for. But actually there is an SMT with ES, so I expect maybe like on the next retracement to try out some shorts. So 1 hour bearish close, 4-hour bearish close as well, and well, we had a good, I'd say, 5-minute gap retracement, but I'd like to see price start going lower. Okay, 15-minute gap retracement. Let's see, a very beautiful inversion right here, and well, if we inverse through this gap and we are bearish, then we should just simply displace through this one here as well. This will be like one of the best case scenarios where price goes where we want it to go. So let's keep trying it out and see. Let's try this kind of close to 3 hour trade and see. Risk heavy. Let's sell. Damn, looks like price is going to stop us out at break even. I mean, bang, okay, very good, take profit. And most cases here I would have got stopped at break even, to be honest, but I think I should change my mindset to maybe like close after this or after this. Wow, that's crazy. It's called Phoenix Trading Day now. New York AM. This was a heavy drop day. That's very beautiful. So that shows that we could potentially continue lower. We have this low here. Checking the 4 hour, we kind of tapped into this gap. Checking the 1 hour. Let's see this gap here hold. So if it holds, very beautiful draws here. And when you open up the sessions, you can see that we should have Asia highs here as well. So price, okay, there's a possibility here. Price runs London lows, then start displacing higher, or price simply just starts consolidating. But as of now, it looks like London manipulated, so maybe New York should distribute. So let's see if we can get some good continuations right off open. You can see it retrace into these 5-minute gaps right here. We'll inverse around this gap right here. Can now try longs towards the Asia highs, 2-hour trade. Yeah, break even trade here. Because after this, what else would I want to see price do? After edging Asia highs, why would I like to wait for anything more? You see, price was heavily aggressive. So instead of waiting for all of that, I would rather close. I mean, these were good draws. This high here, very, very beautiful draw, and it would have been hit for a 1.3 hour or 5 hour. So damn, okay. Okay, let's wait for the next candle here. So you can see price ends up dropping either way, and you can see how the 1 hour closes. So it managed to almost do both things here, and you can see at this drop here, 5-minute inversion, this would have been another beautiful entry, but unfortunately, because we were already in longs, I didn't want to try any other trades out right at that time. Let's see, we're gonna take shorts. I believe price is gonna go all the way to these lows. So now price is dropping around. Look at, run these highs, run these lows. It's a situation called seek and destroy, to be honest, in this kind of time. Well, after running these highs here, we displace lower, run these lows, then retrace back to break even. I mean, back to premium. So maybe if this was like a 5-minute gap, it would have been better. Okay, then we get a very beautiful inversion right here. Like this. So this is the like sweep, shift inside here, then retest. So this could have been a better trade, like if I entered here, like sweep, shift, retest kind of strategy. And we end up hitting a very, very beautiful, I'd say, like RR on this one, because even though we were late, but it was managed to be a good one. Okay, so let's go to the next trading day. Well, actually there's a couple few hours left. Let's see what happens. Let's go to the next. Oof, this was a very crazy drop. We have this right here. We have these lows right here. For hour, we tapped into this gap here. 1 hour has tapped right here. 15-minute is already embracing. I mean, like, you cannot ask for anything better. We have London lows right here, where everything is lining up. I think price is gonna go lower, and obviously you can see it does. Retracement to a 15-minute. Let's see how this 15-minute closes, because it might give us an entry or not. We never know. Okay, this is not a good close in my opinion for shorts. Let's see. Very SMT at these highs. There's an SMT at these highs here. I mean, I still think price is bearish because we have the draws lower. Checking the 1 hour, like, well, low resistance, but look at this draw here. It's high resistance, so there's a possibility the price couldn't even go there. I mean, we just have to wait and see. Okay, this is clear indication the price then doesn't want to go lower. And why? It's because checking the 15-minute, look at these closures, very obvious inversion, liquidity run. Checking the 5-minute retracement into this 5-minute gap, and price like shows signs of going higher, going on the 1 minute. What do we see? Very beautiful inversion that gets printed out right out. So this is an obvious indication the price could start potentially going higher, and can also target all the way to these Asia highs as well. So let's try out longs in this kind of situation and see. Take profit will be all the way at these highs, and my stop will be around here, 1.95. Okay, I'm gonna move to break even right now. Okay, looks like price is edging those highs. I don't know why though. Why would it keep edging the Asia highs? And you can see we're still playing around in this gap, bro. This is clear, like some sort of manipulation or so. Let's see. I'd like to see if this discount 5-minute gap holds. This one right here. Let's go to the next trading day. Looks like this day had to be a break-even day. Okay, so we have this low here, was already tagged in. Now there's a possibility we could drop all the way to this low, but there's more of a possibility the price holds higher, and here's why. This is this gap here, and if price could hold through it, then we could run through this low resistance liquidity resting around here. We have London high, we have Asia high, so I think these draws will be some good draws for price to run through. The only when am I getting married? The only thing I'm getting married to right now is my bias. Are you serious? Okay. what would be the situation here? I think I would like to wait for a retracement, then see if maybe price could be driven higher. Considering that this 1 minute gap here could hold, I don't know if it's a 2 hour as well, but yeah, if that gap here is to hold, then we can look for some retracements, possibly discount of this area, but that's not like a major factor. Let's see, there's also a possibility. Let's just mark it out just in case. Yeah, okay, let's wait. Right at open, run on liquidity. Like to see a deeper retrace though. You can see that we don't get that. Yeah, you can see that very beautiful run here, down. Okay, retracement into the 5 minute. Still believe price could be bullish, even though we took out the first set of low resistance, but we still got a few more low resistance liquidity resting right here. So maybe we should just place higher anytime soon. Now with this inversion will be kind of like a risky area to long, but if you still have these draws higher and price is heading to them, then that will be like not a bad place to long, like longing here, targeting these highs and having my stop here. Considering that we had a liquidity run, shift retracement, and price should generally start ripping through these highs. So if price rips through this high with some volume, then it will be good to continue holding the longs. Oof, heavy. We get stopped out right away. Oh, crazy. Okay, then we get another 5 minute internal closure. I'm not gonna try this unless it inverses strongly. Let's see how ES is. Okay, now this looks a little bit more better. We get this and this. You can see it's SMT. Then we have this and this. Very beautiful 2 minute inversion. 1 minute has also inverted, so we could potentially now start going higher. This is a better inversion than the first one, to be honest. So let's try it out and see. I'd still like to see it displace all the way to these highs, to this high here, and put my stop around here for a 2.36 hour trade. And honestly here I would like to trail, because price looks like it's going to reverse right away. Let's see. Yeah, should have trailed. Okay, then we get another inversion inside of this, so maybe price could potentially continue higher. I'm gonna trail right now, because you can see that this high here that I marked, that we've broke through it with volume. Now you can see that we broke through and we closed above, so that's like a volume indicator showing that price actually wants to break through that thing and continue with volume. So now here I like to see price here take profit right away, and we close out with a 2.36 hour trade. Very beautiful move. Okay, not bad at all. Okay, 15-minute gap retracement again. Yeah, consolidation. Okay, would have loved to try longs inside here, but yeah, price is moving crazily. Okay, let's go to the next trading day right here. New AM session. So price ends up failing to displace higher, even though I thought it was bullish on this day. But yeah, that's not good. That's a drop that doesn't look good at all. But what this shows me is that price wanted to run what low resistance liquidity, and with this low resistance liquidity out of the way, like let me remove this, like after this liquidity run right here and displacement lower, I would expect price to, you know, just continue ripping through these lows, because you can see it's more low resistance liquidity price this low here failed to break here, so we don't have any high resistance, just low resistance packing up, even though most of it was already run. So it's like we have high resistance and low resistance. Just so I'd like to see like retracement, then drop lower. Oof, okay, that's a fast drop. I'd love to enter shorts earlier, but I know price is gonna trace it sometime. Okay, so price directly hits through the targets even before this 4 hour close, this 6 a.m. already close. So I'd like to see like a power of 3 print right here, like a retracement higher, a better one. Okay, 15-minute gap retracement. Now we should start displacing lower. If you don't displace lower right now, I'm gonna stop trading. You get another version right here, and then price displaces lower. So this is where I'd like to put in my shorts and see price displace this low here and this low here. For a 2.25 hour trade, I'm trailing heavily. If it displaces, which it doesn't, but instead stops me out. Okay, and look at this, living perfect relative equal highs. So this, I would like to see like a V-shape kind of recovery thing if I am to take a trade in this environment, because you can see it's wicking, which shows that it's rejecting. But let's see if we can have a V-shape drop. And yeah, we're gonna hit the liquidity target without me. And then yeah, turns out this didn't have to be a good day. Why is the futures market my nigga? Because it's the future. It's the future. We live in the fucking future. Now let's see. Actually, that's an interesting question. Why is the futures market called the futures market? Future is called because it involves contracts to buy and sell an asset specific that in the future. Got it? It's because it involves contracts to buy or sell an asset at a set price on a specific date in the future. Parties agree today on a price for a transaction that will occur later, allowing them to hedge against price risks or speculate on future price movements. Key details about the futures market: a standardized legal agreement to exchange an asset at a predetermined price on a future date. Anyways, trading is not working out these days, man. It's not really working out. We're going to maybe do like streaming or some other kind of online business, because as of now, yeah, the charts aren't charting. And look at this. Look at this trash. It looks like Forex, right? Okay, let's go to the next trading day here. Ooh, this was a heavy drop. When did all this happen? Yeah, PM session added a little more drop. Okay, so daily is heavily bearish for some reason, and I think yesterday price dropped around 5%. Damn, 5% nowadays could amount to like 2k points around there. Now checking the 1 hour, we have a very beautiful fair value gap right here. We've run the highs, so if we are bearish, I'd like to see price displace lower. Obviously this gap might get inversed like prematurely on the lower time frame, which is what I would like to see, and price head to this low resistance liquidity right here. And yeah, I think that will be the analysis that would happen today, of what I think could happen today. And checking the Asia and London lows and highs, you can see they're stacked up right here. So that's some good liquidity if price is to be bearish. Let's see. Yeah, this will be some good draws, I think. Very good gaps here holding. So let's see what is to happen. Okay, before open, and buying at open, we run all the way to this high to see. Okay, we embrace this thing quite good with some displacement, and this is a V-shaped recovery in my opinion. So I'd like to see price drop lower, and I will be trading aggressively on this one since we have the 930 low here. It's a good draw on liquidity, so there's a possibility the price could run it and then just stall out, or like potentially reverse. But one of the major draws that will be in this kind of area will be like 830 lows. If we had some news, they will be good. Let's see, do we have them? 830 was right here. You can see we had some news, hence this kind of displacement. Anyways, looks like they have been run, but all these lows here will be good draws. I'd also like to see price maybe head all the way to these lows, but it will depend, because considering that we have gaps here, I would like to see how price behaves in those areas before I can do any kind of judgment. Because if I'm wrong, then it will obviously head like this kind of this move, then start displacing higher. So let's quit trying to speculate too much and try shorting it for a 4 hour, even though it might backfire right here. Okay, this is the displacement that I wanted to see through the 930 low. Now all I have to wait is to see if we break through this 30-minute fair value gap, because if we don't, then we get stopped out, which is this exact thing that's happening to us. So I think this was a W trade, W trailing. Most important low here was run, trailed, and the 30-minute gap right here just caused some trouble, which is totally fine. So I think this indication here, if we wait for a few more minutes, it could show us the price is actually bullish, and we were wrong all the time, because if the 4 hour closes with this kind of volume, I would expect the next 4 hour to present some sort of power of 3. So on the next retracement, we might try out some longs. Get a 5-minute gap retracement right there, and it's just the 4 hour open. Look at how this 4 hour open displacement lower. So now we should start shooting higher. So what would be my draws on liquidity in this kind of situation? Well, I would like to aim for like a 1.5 hour in this kind of situation where we don't have like clear draws, because if I check the 4 hour, we're still in this huge gap which we can reject. Possibly we can reject this. So I don't think I would aim all the way for this high here, but let's see how far price can go. Can get long right here, squeeze out like a 1.5 or 2R, something like this. Yeah, I get stopped out right away. Oof. Then don't tell me price is gonna move higher like right after stopping us out. Okay, it looks like we have a 3-minute here that could actually inverse. Okay, so this 3-minute here still looking good, while the 5-minute is holding. Well, not really confident in this 5-minute, instead of waiting a little bit more. Let's see how this price reacts with these lows here. Okay, looks like that's another setup that's failed. How's the 1 hour? Heavily dropping. Okay, and it even continues lower, so looks like it's playing mind games with us in this kind of situation. So anyways, after this huge gap here that got inversed, well, I obviously wouldn't short at this gap, but obviously price is heading lower, so I would like to see if there are positions where I can position myself to short the market. Like we had this beautiful 15-minute gap retracement, so I can take some find a way to find entries within this 50-minute gap here. Well, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have a couple of inversions here that I would like to try out. Well, this one was the best one, but price was rejecting. But with this one here, maybe price could potentially continue lower, like all the way to these lows, even though the session is about to end. So let's see. I like to put a sell somewhere around here and see if you can reach like to these London lows. I think London lows are here, right here or here for a full 3R. Well, very risky trade. Let's see how it goes. No way. Okay, that's heavy. Yeah, very crazy day. Let's go to the next trading day right here, New York AM. So in the next New York AM session, actually we displace higher for some reason. Checking the 4-hour, we are already higher, even though yesterday we got cooked. But you can see that the draws that we had actually got met, even though they got met like in PM session, but the draws were really great. Seeing this low resistance here, liquidity get run, then price displaces higher, and that obviously means that we'll leave behind this high resistance liquidity. So with this session starting here, I wouldn't like to see my draws lower. My draws all this session will be higher. For example, this high, which is gonna get hit like, I don't know, first few seconds of market open. Next draws will be out of these highs here. So I would like to trade away from high resistance liquidity and focus on low resistance, even though there is like close to zero low resistance liquidity in this kind of situation. So these kinds of situations where price is rejecting fair value gaps, building structure, but we're in some sort of huge gaps, I'd say it's some kind of recovery from what price has been doing lately. Because when you check the daily time frame, there's two possibilities here. Price either rejects from this gap then starts displacing lower, or since we had a very good liquidity run, which, well, I don't know if it's in a weekly fair value gap or not, but since we had a very good liquidity run, then price should simply start delivering high. Like considering this liquidity run right here, price could probably deliver higher or not. So we just have to be cautious with the draws that we take, but instead react as the market goes on. So right at open, you can see that we ran the draw that I had marked right here. Obvious draw, like even though it leaves behind an SMT. So this is a sign that you could actually try out some shorts, which could be like at this candle here, 930. This here will be the kind of try out shorts and target like this low here. This will be the draw. Wait, we're in a 5-minute or 15-minute. So since we had this SMT run on London highs, I think this will be a good short where you will be trading aggressively as well, because first thing is we're having this gap here. But if you are familiar to AMD concepts, this is a clear obvious accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So let's see if price could displace like all the way to these lows here, then these lows here. So yeah, that will be it. This will be the inversion that I would like to take the short on. Entry right here, stop at this high, then like target all the way to these lows with a 3R. Trail aggressively, because the moment we start trying to reject inside of this gap, will show that price is against us. You can see, for example, right here, price is totally against us. There is no reason price will continue lower. You can see this is chopping up. Let's see the closure. Okay, 5 minutes is a good closure as of now. No, it fails to reach all the way to these lows. Okay, let's wait. If you don't displace like heavily through these lows here, I wouldn't move to break even. And we get stopped out. But this could have been a better trade here if we took out like on this low right here. It's just that we were looking for price to displace all the these lows, but I think it might do that like actually later. So checking the 4 hour, end up closing extremely bullish, same thing as the 1 hour. So it looks like price is gonna leave this for some other time. So let's keep doing some longs then. Okay, looks like price is trying to displace lower again. Okay, so we have like some clear good inversions. 3-minute inversion right here. I think this 3-minute here will be the best. We have another SMT at these highs. Checking the 15-minute, we have another a huge SMT. Still have a huge SMT with these highs, so it's some sort of sequential SMTs. So if this SMTs here could hold and in this huge gap, then we could probably displace all these lows, since actually at these lows we have an unfilled gap. So let's try out shorts again, and if we get stopped out, totally fine. Let's do shorts. These lows here will be good. 1.6 hour kind of trade. Oh, come on. What kind of stalling out is this? I'm gonna close this at break even. This will be a full break even trade. I wouldn't like to hold through this kind of where price goes close to the draws, doesn't run them, leaves SMTs lows and leaves SMTs lower. This is not some kind of correction that you would like to trade. And you can see that he would end up even stopping us out. And later displaces to the draws. Damn, okay. I don't think I would put my stop there though. Considering that I entered here, it will screw up the RR. Wow. Okay, look at this drop. Okay, let's go to the next trading day right here. Okay, so I believe the 4 hour showed some sort of like recovery yesterday, because at 10 we dropped. Yeah, we dropped, then we traced higher later. Now on going in on this Monday, let's see that bro, stop loss was not short. Would you rather go for a 1-to-1 like in that kind of consolidation? I don't think the problem there is the stop loss. Like price is clearly consolidating, so having a big stop loss, knowing that price is going to stop you out or just drop either way, so there is no point in having that kind of a big stop loss when price is consolidating. Either have price move quickly to take profit or stop you out. That's not something that I would deal with, considering that I'm trading like a lower time frame. Ooh. Okay, so checking the 1 hour, there is one thing I would say here. Why would I chill? You're trying to convince me that my strategy is wrong when I've been doing this thing for 308 days, bro. 308 days. Either way, I do understand. I do understand like what you're trying to mean. It's just that I'm trying to get what I'm thinking out. So I don't think price could displace higher today, even though we're kind of going a little bit slowly, in my opinion. Like check out on ES. When you check on ES, like ES is not doing anything similar with NQ. For example, look at this SMT right here, where NQ ran this high, ES didn't. It was presented the previous trading day. Checking the 2 hour, it's pretty much the same thing. You can see price displaced higher, then dropped. Price displaced higher, SMTs, then dropped. But I would like to see it continue higher. Like I think there was a 4 hour here holding, and there were a couple 4 hour gaps here that were holding. So I'd like to see it push higher all the way to these highs here and these highs here. So wouldn't be bad. Okay, so we also have a 1 hour gap retracement. So we have a good draw right here. So let's see if we can hold in this gap right here. Okay, so it's a few minutes before open, but let's see how open goes. Okay, right at open, drop lower. Oof, heavy manipulation, I'd say, and lower. Okay, this is heavily bearish for some reason. Looks like you might be drawing to these lows, but let's see how this 15-minute candle closes. Actually, we can take a small scalp inside of this thing. Let's see how ES is moving. So look at this. It's a 5-minute thing. We have an SMT with like these lows right here. Since we have an SMT with these lows, I'd like to see price start displacing higher after this, and this 15-minute looks promising. So where would I trail? Once price taps into this gap and starts stalling, like showing signs of rejecting this gap, wouldn't be good. But with that being said, we can try out longs, something like this. Let's see how big this gap is. If it's lower than 1, then I'm not longing it. 1.5. Okay. Okay, we also have 932 high, and relatively go highs here as well. So let's see if we can try out longs, hold it to those highs, some stuff like this. So is the stop loss small now? Gilbert, is the stop loss small? Please tell me now. Is the stop loss small? Price clearly didn't want to deliver high. Looks like Strasso is asking what model I use. Well, I trade inversions, make model. Okay, so turns out price actually closes heavily bearish, inversing this gap here. So that's a bearish confluence, which means that I wouldn't like to wait for price to go higher anymore, but instead we'll be looking for retracements higher and look for shorts. Turns out the price actually doesn't want to go higher for some reason that I don't know why, which probably includes that these gaps here could potentially hold. Let's see. And look at this 4-hour close. Damn. Okay. So we have a good London low right here, which is an obvious draw. Stop loss doesn't save a nigga, that wasn't a bad trade. That wasn't a bad trade. And you can see that we end up hitting the draw on liquidity. Well, I don't know if we'll keep going lower at any time. I'd like to see lower. See how this 15-minute closes. We get a good 10-minute inversion, like right here. 15-minute reversing here, but then we have an SMT. Bro, what kind of chop are we in? So on this 2-minute here, we can try out shorts again and see if price displaces all the way to these lows, and yeah, that will basically be it. Checking the 15-minute, we are really rejecting this gap here, and checking the 1 hour as well. Well, we could potentially drop all the way here and here, but I don't really want to see price go higher, like considering that we have these inversions here, a couple of SMTs here. So that would be my kind of situation here. And another thing is, let's see how the 5-minute is because this 5 minute here could also save us another loss. Let's try shorts right here. Okay, look at this stalling out. Look at these closes. Check the 5 minute. If there's a gap, I would have closed like really fast. And with the rejections, we get stopped out right away. Bro, what kind of chop are we in? Okay, crazy. Let's go to next trading day. Okay, so what's this day trying to tell us? Okay, so 4 hour yesterday at 10 we ended up dropping. For some reason they've left behind relatively equal lows. Then we start displacing higher. Which the draw liquidity, considering that we're going this low, where this high here will be good if we don't form an SMT with it. Checking the 1 hour versus this gap, continue displacing higher, printed bullish candles after this, well, except for this retracement and this candle during London. But either way, I think price looks bullish in my opinion here. Like we try out longs to these highs here. We have previous day London high, previous day Asia high, and this high here, which are looking like relatively equal highs, by the way, even though they aren't relatively equal. This is 7,171, this is 7,172, so this one is higher than this one by 1 point, but they're still relatively equal. So I'm gonna wait for the next retracement and then try to position myself in some longs. Okay, so right before open, well, at open we push higher, then we hit the relatively equal highs. You can see relatively equal highs got run 7172. So this is 772. This one 7172.75. No way. So it run it by just a couple of points as well. Okay, but this could still be a valid draw on liquidity. You can see now this is what I would call a run, 6-7 points. Checking the 1 hour, you can see this now would be a good run, even though I don't know if we'll short it from there. Ooh, but we actually have a new week opening gap right here. Closure, open. So with this right here, I think price tapped into it. I mean, we could genuinely displace lower now. It would be good, but let's wait and see. Man, look at this price action. Okay, let's see if we can get some sort of continuation moves then. And I don't think there is any sort of continuation move forming right here. No 30 minute, no 1 hour, no nothing, just clear rejection. I still think price is bullish, that's why I'm not trying to short it. I don't want to trade like a reversal. I'd rather wait for a better kind of rejection or continuation type of move. Now it looks like there is no gap here. I would have loved to see this form like some sort of SMT, but it looks like price is gonna go higher here. Yeah, very beautiful move after inversing like around here, but there was no POI. Either way, we had liquidity run, then displacement higher. So if I would try entering that, it will be some sort of discretionary entry. Yeah, next trading day. So yesterday we got a good displacement higher. PM session also contributed to the move. M session, yeah, bullish, broke through the new week opening gap. So what are we gonna look for now? Possible rejection inside here. Continuation moves towards these highs. So if you can get a continuation, well and good. If you can't, we are screwed. But with this kind of daily close embracing here, I would like to see more continuations print up, which might not also print out today as well. It's possible, because well, if we just inverse, there's a possibility that it could just happen tomorrow as well. So let's see how open reacts. Where our open, we get a liquidity run, these lows, then we continue lower. Ooh, heavy drop. Okay, heavy move. Okay, 15-minute closes heavily bearish, still inside in some gaps. I think it's trying to like try to accumulate the most it can, because I'm not really confident that it would reach all the way here, but all we have to do is just wait and see if it actually does it. And run on the low here. Let's see the equilibrium of this whole move. Okay, so we had a very heavy 4-hour close that I'm kind of skeptical on taking longs. 15 minutes as well, it's going quite slow. If I tried longing in this kind of situation, it will be targeting like maybe this, only this high, like this 5-minute inversion that forms inside here. And how big is it? It's around 2 points, so very, very low RR trade. And then get stopped out right away for price to just stall out and drop. Okay, I think the next possible type of opportunities I try out are shorts, since price is clearly displacing lower, and we can try to see if we can trade it to equilibrium. Even though shorting here will be kind of insane, but going on the lower time frame here, you can see that price is currently holding inside of this small gap. 2 minute is inversing. You can try out like a 1-to-1 kind of situation right here, some sort of move like this. Hey, 1.1. This thing won't hit TP. Yeah, it can't. This thing can't hit take profit. Scratch, very, very scratch trade. And yeah, let's see price move higher without us. Wow. Okay. Another day to get cooked. New York AM. We have now a daily low here, so there's a good chance we might tap into this daily fair value gap, then start displacing higher. I think it's the best case scenario that could happen in this kind of situation. We have a very beautiful inversion from here, so clearly price is bearish. So price directly heads to take profit, like no inversions, no entry, nothing, like right at open. Let's wait for the next possible continuation shorts. But after checking this gap here, this gap here is good. Since we've tapped into it, then maybe we should possibly start displacing higher. Where when I check the 15-minute wheel, we don't have any bullish draws. That's why I will be trading some sort of reversal. Checking ES, we still have the SMT, so maybe we should start hold. Mr. Mills, what can you tell a person who is at the exact stage of trading as yours, but losing the drive and motivation? Like, talk to somebody who is feeling down from trading now. Well, first things first, your mom didn't raise no bitch, man. Get up and work. Anyways, that's a joke for the clips. But well, honestly, there is times where you should feel like that. There is times where you will feel like that. But whenever you feel like trading is not working, whenever you feel like things aren't working out, know that if other traders can make it, then the same can happen to me. So recently there's this observation that I've seen where, like, when I go to the city center, I see like there are many shops, many phone shops, like, and everyone comes there with the hope of trying to make it happen. Everyone comes there with the hope of trying to get a client of that day. Those people spend millions like buying phones, importing laptops. Bro, they're like 2 meters a store, 2 meters a store. Like, the stores are way too many, but they still have the drive. Another example, when you check the motorists that drive around the city, there are very many. So they all wake up and come with hope, think that they will make something. So I think the first thing that you have to restore in yourself is hope, because sometimes I also lack motivation, I also lack the drive, but I hope that someday shit will happen. I hope that someday things will work out, and that hope is what keeps me going. That image that I have in my mind that has never gone away since the day that I dreamt of being a successful trader. Like, since I know that I'm not living at my best, then since I'm in debt to myself, I will always try to, keep pushing, even if I lack that kind of motivation, even if I lack that drive, because I know that hope will keep me going. Maybe the results are not visible now. Maybe the results are not going to be visible in a year, in 2, in 3. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. But when the results come, trust me, they will shout. So why stop now? Why stop just because you faced a month of losses, 2 months of losses? Why stop? Just keep going. So I think that's just the message. Be hopeful, have hope, and just keep going. It will make sense. It will make sense. So let's see how we can wrap up this trading day here, and finish the session. Okay, well, we have actually a good impression right here. I think maybe price could move away from it, but then the fact that this will be a reversal wouldn't be good. The fact that we have this SMT here wouldn't be good. No. You can see push out, retrace. The reason I'm trying not to long this is because it's a reversal, man. I'm trying to trade reversals, and I hate reversals really much. Trying to take longs all the way here. 756. Yeah, this is why I hate reversals. Stalling. Let's see. And this is when it starts to edge my take. Ooh, actually ES ran the take profit, that's why. Should have known. No way. Two times where it edges take profit, then heads right to my stop loss. So this is a trade where I would close at break even either ways, but how close it came to take profit. 2 points. Anyways, I think that's all for today's backtesting. Day 308. See you all guys tomorrow. Shout out to anyone who showed up today. Shout out to Gilbert. Shout out to Strasso. Have a great time, guys. Peace.